So this yarn numbering system, direct system says it is a mass per unit length. That means length is constant, but mass is vary. Whereas in case of indirect system, length per unit mass. That means mass constant, but length varies. So this is difference. Always people confuse, and always it comes in competitive exam. Direct system, mass per unit length. Here length is constant, mass varies. So people confuse. So they will take in a different one. So don't confuse. Direct system, that means mass per unit length. Length is constant, mass vary. In direct system, length per unit mass is constant, but length is vary. So direct system, this text and linear system is there, in which we can specify the netting twines or netting yarn. In direct system, we are having a metric system, British system, and Ranish system. Three system is there in case of indirect. Whereas in direct system, we are having a most commonly text and linear we are using to specify the yarn. So first one is direct system. In direct system, the length of the means single yarn, that is 1000 meter, having a weight of 1 gram. 1000 single yarn, 1000 meter of single yarn having a weight of 1 gram. That means it is a one text. 1000 मीटर सिंगल यार्न का जो वेट होगा वो 1 ग्राम होगा. दैट मींस इट इज ए वन टेक्स. अगर 1000 मीटर ऑफ सिंगल यार्न का 20 ग्राम वे होगा तो क्या होगा?
20 ticks.
20 ticks. So like that you have to understand and give your answer. Like that, this text system is specified twine size in terms of weight in grams per 1000 meter of single yarn. Already told. Then this text system is recommended by International Standard Organization (ISO), and it is widely adopted and is expected to eventually replace other systems like indirect system. So this direct system, most commonly we are using text and linear. So this is about the text. Another direct system is linear. Text generally we are expressing in TEX, capital TEX. We are expressing or designating T, capital TEX, text. So like the linear we are having, linear we are expressing capital D or capital DEN or TD. These are the three different units that we are expressing in case of linear system. So here 9000 meter of single yarn का जो weight होगा that will your denier, one denier. अगर one denier है that means 9000 meter of single yarns having a 1 gram, that is one denier. अगर 9000 meter single yarn का weight अगर 20 gram है तो क्या होगा?
20 denier.
Yes, 20 denier. Then denier value is converted into text. कोई भी सिस्टम है चाहे वो denier हो या text हो, हम text से denier में convert करना होगा तो formula है, we have to put into the formula, then we will get the value, we will get the result. So denier value can be converted into text system. How we can convert into text system? By multiplying a factor of 0.111. डेनियर वैल्यू जो भी आएगा उसको हम टेक्स्ट सिस्टम में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, बट वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई विथ दिस 0.111. लाइक दैट टेक्स्ट सिस्टम आल्सो वी कैन कन्वर्ट इनटू डेनियर, बट हियर मल्टीप्लिकेशन फैक्टर इज 9. ओके, so denier we have to convert into text by multiplication of 0.111. and text into denier by multiplying factor of 9. So we can get text into denier, denier into text. Then we are having an indirect system. Indirect system, here weight is kept constant. That means weight is constant but length varies. That means length per unit mass. Length per unit mass, that is the indirect system. So what are the indirect system? A metric system is there. Generally we are expressing or in capital N or small m. So this is the metric system. Here length of single yarn which weigh 1 kilogram is known as 1 capital NM. That is one metric system. One metric we can say. Here text value can be obtained by dividing 1000. Whatever the metric value is coming, that metric value we can divide 1000 by metric count. 1000 divided by metric count, तो we will get a text value. अगर denier में हमें convert करना है, then 9000 divided by metric count. 9000 divided by metric count, we will get denier, because denier is saying 9000 meter of single yarn. That's why we are keeping here 9000. Whereas in case of text system, 1000 meter of single yarn. That's why we are dividing 1000 divided by metric count. So it will give the means text value as well as the denier value. तो indirect से direct में भी हम जा सकते हैं, direct से हम indirect में भी जा सकते हैं. Only हमें just जो formula है वो हमें remember याद रखना है, और accordingly we have to put into the formula. Then you will get the value, text value or denier value, or direct or indirect system we can go. Then British count, here is the generally we are expressing capital N or small e, designating by capital N or small e. That is the British count. That is the number of hands. That means 840 yards. Yarn which weighs 1 pound. 840 yarn का जो weight है वो 1 pound है. So that will give the 1 British count. 1 British count. Here also we can convert text और denier value में we can convert. अगर text में हम convert करेंगे British count को, तो British count can be by dividing 590.5. 590.5 divided by whatever the British count is coming, that will give the text value. Denier value में हमें convert करना है, तो then we have to divide 5315 by British count. 5315 divided by whatever British count is there, we will get the denier value. So direct to indirect or indirect to direct we can go, but we have to remember the formula. Then runnage system. This runnage system expressed in terms of meter per kg, feet per pound, yard per pound, etc. And generally this runnage system is used for purchase of finished product only, such as rope. Rope को हमको purchase करना है, then we have to follow the runnage system. Meter per kg, कितना मीटर rope है और उसका कितना weight है. So we can express either meter per kg, feet per pound, yard per pound. So this is the runnage system. So this conversion formula, just we have to remember the count conversion table. This is the British count. British count से British count में जाना है तो हमको 1 से multiply करना है. British से metric count में जाना है, then we have to multiply 0.5905 into this metric count. अगर British count से text में जाना है, then we have to divide 590.5 divided by text. Grex में जाना है 5905 divided by Grex. Denier में जाना है British count से, तो 5315 divided by Den. So like that, British count is there, metric count is there, text system is there, Grex is there, denier is there. Greeks generally we are not using, but here formula is there, we can means evaluate. Most commonly used is the tax, denier, British count and metric count, and runnage system, that is the final finished product, that is rope. If you want to purchase a rope, then we have to follow the runnage system. So this conversion factor, conversion table is important, you have to remember. By you can also calculate from British to metric, metric to British, British to tax, British to denier, whatever. So you have to remember this table. Now designation of knitting yarns and rope, how we can designate. So we have followed this yarn numbering system. Now we have to designate. So complete designation of knitting yarn in text system, how we can designate. So text value of shingle yarn. Text value, first we have to put the text value of single yarn. Then number of single yarn in the first fold. Because if we are constructing a twines, first is the fiber. That fiber we are twisting together to have a single yarn. And that single yarn, 2 to 3 single yarns we are twisting together to form this cable folded yarn. And this 2 to 3 folded yarn we are twisting together to form a cable knitting twines. Again 2 to 3 cable knitting twines we are twisting together to have a final rope. So that is the process. But how we can designate this? So for that, first we have to put a text value of text value of, suppose cable knitting yarn, we can see here this example. Wait, here you can see the cable yarn 23 texts, then 4 3. Okay, first here you go, then you will understand. First is the text value of single yarn, then number of single yarn in the first fold, how much single yarn is there in the first fold, that number we have to give. Then number of folded yarn in the finished product, that number we have to give. And these three we have to join together. First, second and third we have to join together by multiplication sign. First three are joined by multiplication sign. Then our text is the resultant text. Our text value of the finished product, that will be the fourth one, and final twist direction of the finished product. So this R text value, that means this fourth one we have to separate from all these three by putting a semicolon. And then we have to give final twist direction, whether it is in right-handed direction or left-handed direction or Z direction or S direction. So how we have to understand this cable knitting yarn is there. We have purchased from the market, but we have to designate. How? 23 texts multiplied by 4, again multiplied by 3, then putting a semicolon. That means with this all three we are joining together by a multiplication sign. And then our text value we are separating from all these three by putting a semicolon. And finally we are giving a twist direction. So final twist direction of the cable knitting yarn is right-handed, that is the Z. This you understood? 23 texts, that means what? 23 texts means what?
So 23 gram in 1000 meter of single yarn.
Yeah, good here, correct. अब थोड़ा इसको, ये तो इलेबोरेट करके बोल दिया, अब इसको थोड़ा शॉर्ट में हम बोलेंगे तो कैसे बोलेंगे? बरखा,
Sir, 23 ticks.
23 ticks. Here 23 ticks. What it designate? You are
Sir,
correct.
it designates.
You are
Yes,
correct
sir.
that 1000 meter of a single yarn having a weight of 23 gram. You are correct.
23
But
grams.
in short, how we can designate this 23 ticks? What
Sir,
it
23 gram
indicates?
per 1000 meter of single yarn.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you are correct. That means this is the text value of single yarn. 23 text means it is the text value of single yarn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This 23 text single yarn, how many number of single yarns are twisted together in the first fold? So number of single yarn in first fold is 4. That means 4 single yarns having 23 text value are twisted together to form a folded yarn. Now folded yarn का text value कितना हुआ? बड़का
Sir, 92.
92 है और कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहे हैं.
23 into 4.
हाँ, how much? अच्छा ठीक है, correct. 92. 92
Yes, sir.
what?
Ticks.
Ticks. So
Yes, sir.
92 ticks value of folded yarn. ठीक है? Like that, the 3 number here 3 it indicates the number of folded yarn. कितना folded yarn मिलकर के केबल knitting yarn और केबल yarn बनाया है. So that is 3 folded yarns are twisted together to form a cable yarn. Now the text value of cable yarn is how much? बोलो यार.
Sir, 276 ticks.
276 ticks. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But here we are giving a resultant this text. That means actually it has to come 276 text. But ultimately it is coming how much? 320 text. That means 10 to 15% we are putting more here in resultant text, and then we are giving a final twist direction, z direction. If we are multiplying 23 into 4 into 3, it is coming 276. So our text value should come here 276, but here 320. So 10 to 50% more we are putting in case of our text value of cable yarn or finished product. So this is about the cable yarn. Folded yarn, here you explain. Folded yarn is telling 23 ticks. Means what? Nobody is telling. अभी केबल yarn समझाया ना, अभी folded yarn का है ये. अभी केबल yarn समझाया 23 ticks. Like that, folded yarn is having also 23 ticks. Means what? Hello?
23 gram in 1000 meter of single yarn.
Yeah, Badka, you are correct, yaar. But you have to designate in short. You are explaining. So this 23 ticks is the text value of single yarn. In short, you have to say 23 ticks is the, if you're designating the netting yarn or ropes, then you have to tell 23 ticks means it is the text value of single yarn. Then we have to multiply by 3. 3 3 is what? Three is what?
Single yard. It's a single yard in the first fold.
Yes. Number of single yarn you have to tell. Number of single yarn in the first fold is 3. That means 3 single yarns are twisted together to form a folded yarn. So if we are multiplying this 23 into 3, how much it should come?
69.
23 into 3, 69. But
69.
kitna? How much?
So 69.
69. But here it is coming. Here mistake हो गया है थोड़ा. ये R आ जाएगा इधर. ये R we have to put R. R75. But here it is not coming 69. It is actually 675. That means 10 to 15% more we are putting in Artex value of finished product. And then we are giving a final twist direction. So here also the twist direction is the Z. Okay? अब इसको थोड़ा सा डिटेल में चलते हैं. कैलकुलेशन ऑफ रिजल्टेंट टैक्स. आरटेक्स जो अभी हम बात कर रहे थे, आरटेक्स इज द रिजल्टेंट टैक्स. The final product and knitting yarn may be designated by resultant density indicated by a simple capital letter R, and that has to be put before the numerical value. That means ये जो हमारा पिछला वाला जो है R320 टैक्स, so न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू से पहले हमें रिजल्टेंट टैक्स कैपिटल R को लगा देना है. ओके हाँ. Thus this R tax means the mass in gram per kilometer of the final product. Mass in gram per kilometer of the final product. So R tax matlab that mass in gram per kilometer of the final product. Size or linear density of twines and ropes are designated by R tax. Already told. Here it is roughly around 10 to 50% more than the combined tax value of the constituent yarn in the finished product. Here 10 to 15% more. जो हम पिछला वाला ये तीनों चारों को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे थे, तो it was coming 276. So 10, that is the combined tax value of all the three: single yarn, folded yarn, cable yarn. So 10 to 50% more we are means having the R-tax value. Then here again you explain 20 tax. Anyone can explain this one? Last point, anyone can explain?
So 20 ticks for single yarn. Right-handed.
Right-handed what? Right-handed what?
So 20 ticks Z है ना sir?
Yes, Z है, but
yes,
you
sir.
are telling right-handed. Right-handed what?
The folding of the rope, of the yarn.
We are giving a twist. So twist
Yes,
we are giving in two directions. One is right-handed direction, one is left-handed direction. Right-handed direction, if it is, then we are designating by capital letter of Z. If it is left-handed, then we are designating in terms of capital letter S. So, as per Barkha, 20 ticks of single yarn. That 20 ticks of single yarns are twisted. So that twist direction is right-handed direction. That means Z is the direction of twist. How many numbers of twist has been given in the single yarn? So that is the 700 number of twist. 700 number of ट्विस्ट. व्हाट इज ट्विस्ट यार, हम बार बार ट्विस्ट बोल रहे हैं. ट्विस्ट इज व्हाट? Can anyone can means define twist? Twist. No one.
सर बेंड या फोल्ड करना किसी पर्टिकुलर शेप में उसको.
Twist is the spiral deposition of the component of a single yarn. Spiral deposition. Turns per meter. कितना बार वो टर्न हो रहा है, ट्विस्टिंग जो कर रहे हैं पर मीटर में कितना बार वो टर्न्स हो रहा है. So amount of twist to the single yarn or folded yarn or cable yarn or rope, it says how much twist it is given, whether it is a medium twist or a hard twist, soft twist. So जितना ज्यादा ट्विस्ट होगा वो उतना हार्ड होगा, और जितना कम ट्विस्ट होगा वो उतना सॉफ्ट होगा हमारा ट्वाइन या हमारा यार्न या हमारा रोप. किसी को ज्यादा ट्विस्ट देंगे तो वो हार्ड हो जाएगा ना. So that says 700 is the number of twist. Jadut says the direction of twist. 20 ticks is the ticks value of single yarn. Okay, दूसरा नेक्स्ट बताओ आगे. आगे बताओ. हेलो हेलो, क्या हुआ, नहीं है कोई? हेलो, नो वन इज टेलिंग, बोलो. आफ्टर दिस इज द सिंगल यार्न ना डेजिग्नेशन. उसके बाद वाला बताओ ना क्या है. हेलो, क्या हो गया, नेटवर्क का कुछ हो गया क्या? हेलो हेलो,
Yes, sir.
सुनाई आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Then you say na, this is the complete designation of the final product. So
Sir,
20 ticks
दो
Z.
सिंगल यार्न है.
हाँ, क्या क्या?
सर दो सिंगल यार्न है जो कि 400 टाइम्स ट्विस्टेड है.
हाँ, किस डायरेक्शन में है?
सर लेफ्ट डायरेक्शन में, सॉरी.
हाँ, तो ये जो सिंगल यार्न, दो सिंगल यार्न को अगर हम 400 टाइम्स ट्विस्ट किया तो ये क्या बनाया?
सर फोल्डेड यार्न.
फोल्डेड यार्न. तो इतना देर क्यों लग रहा है आंसर देने में? ओके, गुड. लाइक दैट. आगे बढ़ो. आगे क्या है? आगे बढ़ो.
सर
थ्री सिंगल यार्न है.
सिंगल यार्न
किसने आंसर दिया? किसने आंसर दिया? हेलो
सर.
स्नेहा. स्नेहा, यू आर रॉन्ग. एनीवन?
सर हमने दी.
हमने मतलब नाम बोलो ना यार. हमने मतलब क्या क्या? हमने कौन है? हमने इतना 15-20.
सृष्टि आंसर की है.
सृष्टि. सृष्टि, एक बार और आंसर.
सर
एक बार और आंसर बताओ।
in right
नहीं, गलत है, आगे बताओ कोई। एनीवन? यार इतना देर से क्लास ले रहे हैं ये लोग को, बताओ, कोशिश तो करो। कोशिश तो करो। हेलो हेलो, हेलो।
So the folded yarn is twisted 200 times in right hand direction.
How many number of folded yarn?
Sir, 3.
3.
Okay, yeah, good, correct. So now our text, that is the resultant text, it is saying that we have to combine this text value. 20 into 2 into 3. How much?
120.
120. But our text value is coming how much?
$132, sir.
132. So answer is this. So this resultant text is the 10 to 15% more than the combined text value of the constituent yarn in the finished product. So always it comes around.
Sir, arctic समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
समझ में नहीं आ रहा है?
No, sir.
आर्टेक्स हो गया तुम्हारा रिजल्टेंट टेक्स, जिसको हम कैपिटल लेटर आर से डिजिग्नेट करते हैं। तो ये कंबाइनिंग टेक्स वैल्यू जो है, इस तीनों को हम मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद जो वैल्यू आता है उसका 10 to 15% ज्यादा होता है। आर्टेक्स वैल्यू जनरली हम फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट के लिए यूज करते हैं। यहाँ पे जो देखा जाए फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट क्या है, फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट क्या बन रहा है इसमें?
केबल निटिंग यार्न।
केबल निटिंग यार्न। तो केबल निटिंग यार्न का जो रिजल्टेंट आर्टेक्स वैल्यू है दैट इज द 132 आर 132 टेक्स। क्या हुआ?
तो 10 to 15% इंक्रीज कैसे हो जाता है उसका डेंसिटी?
क्यों नहीं इंक्रीज होगा? क्योंकि वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई ना ऑल द 3 टेक्स वैल्यू।
यस सर।
तो जनरली इट सेज, जनरली इफ वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग ऑल दिस 3, तो वो जनरली 10 से 15% जो है वो कम आएंगे। बट बिकॉज वी आर गिविंग ए ट्विस्ट, because of this twist now we have to give more text value, 10 to 15% more. So that's why it is R132 text. R132 text means 132 gram of what? Bolo. R132 means what?
132 gram per 1000 meter of rope, yarn or rope.
नहीं यार्न नहीं, यहाँ पे जो बन रहा है वही हम बोलेंगे।
केबल नेटिंग, केबल नेटिंग।
गुड गुड गुड, ठीक है, करेक्ट। आई थिंक यू अंडरस्टूड। So like that, complete designation of knitting yarn of the finished product, same thing. According to the ISO complete designation, this 20, same. So this explanation is this: 20 text means 20 is the text value of single yarn, 2 is the 2 number of single yarn in the first fold, 3 is the 3 number of folded yarn in the finished product, then S and Z are the direction of the twist, then 700, 400, 200 are the number of twist, R value of value of the text value of the finished product. ठीक है? Then another system which common use the finished product, generally rope को purchase करने के लिए जो we are using, that is the runnage system. and generally that is expression meter per kg, feet per pound, yard per pound. These are the used. किसी को confusion है तो जल्दी पूछ लो यार, टाइम खत्म हो रहा है. I think it's over आज की क्लास. If you're having any confusion, then you may ask